Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for your continued love and support of the channel. I really do appreciate it. And just a quick reminder that if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you're interested in doing so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you'll always be notified when I upload a new reading. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be getting the channeled message of the day from Spirit. And to do this reading, I've laid out 3 piles of cards here. Pile 1, you're going to be this white and brown crystal here. Pile 2, you're going to be this purple lepidolite crystal here. And pile 3, you're going to be this white and black crystal here. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you're most drawn to. You can then scroll down to the description box below where I have timestamps listed for each pile. You can then click on your timestamp and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get into this reading. I have pile 1, so you guys chose the white and brown crystal here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have Garden of Venus here, and it says rest and renewal. Beautiful. You also have not like a fairy tale. You have Spirit here with angels of the 4 directions. You have green, and it says compassion, love, cultivation. You have salt. And finally, you have Fortuna here, and it says change, fortune, outlook. Interesting. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 1, that they really want you to take some time out right now to just rest and to renew your energy here. I feel like a lot of you in this pile have been maybe working really hard, maybe doing too much, and just feeling burnt out, feeling exhausted. And there's really a need to just rest right now. So maybe take some time to, take a walk in nature, or even, meditate, take a nap, take a vacation, maybe take some time off. But to really get into that relaxation mode, I feel like is what Spirit is wanting you to do right now. And I feel like, the angels are really supporting you in this, because we do have the angels of the 4 directions here. And so I do feel like the angels are asking you to sort of take a time out right now. And they want you to be in this beautiful Garden of Venus here, where you're caring for yourself, you're loving yourself, and you're taking that time out to rest here, to renew yourself. So I'm getting that message here. And I'm also getting the message that, now is a time, because we do have this, green energy here, which is all about the heart chakra. And it's about compassion and love. So I do feel like the angels are asking you to really care for yourself right now. Love yourself. Maybe practice self-love, self-care. Do a face mask, or get a massage, or, eat a healthy meal. Whatever that means for you, pile 1. But I do get that message strongly here, because with this not like a fairy tale card being here, I feel like that's sort of what, you're feeling right now, is like your life is not what you want it to be. It's not this fairy tale that you thought it was going to be. Maybe it's been difficult. You've had some challenges, or you've had to work really hard lately, and Spirit just wants you to sort of get back to the basics here and just rest and rejuvenate yourself and take that time out. And, with the salt being here, salt can be, used for purification, and it can also be used for protection. So, I do feel like there's a need to sort of purify your energy here, to, rest, renew, purify, that whole energy is coming through here. So I do feel like meditation could be helpful for you as well. Um, Maybe prayer or yoga, could also be helpful for you guys in this pile. And with this, Fortuna card being here, I do feel like there is some sort of change that's needed here. Like I said, if you've been on overdrive and, you've been just going, there's a need to change that and to find balance here and find that time for rest and renewal. So interesting. And this can also talk about, some sort of fortune coming in as well. So for, some of you here, there could be something coming in, a new job, a new person, a new opportunity. But that's just going to resonate for a few of you here. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this energy here. Oops, I got to cover this. So you have the Six of Swords here. And the Six of Swords is when we're moving away from a difficult time to calmer waters. And that's, I feel like, what this energy is about here is moving away from this time of difficulty, this time of stress, this time of overwork, burden, to peace and renewal. So, again, this message is reinforcing that need for rest and renewal right now, pile 1. You also have the Page of Swords here. And that can be when we need to sort of be vigilant about how we're spending our time. We need to make sure we're finding balance. We're not just going all the time and then feeling burnt out, feeling, exhausted. There's a need to really look at your life right now, pile 1, and figure out how you can find more balance, more peace here, more harmony. You also have the Five of Swords here. And that's that energy of challenges, of obstacles, of maybe even arguments for some of you. But that time of difficulty, maybe, like I said, you've been working multiple jobs, or maybe you've been trying to balance, work with your family life, or, however it resonates here. But I do feel like things have been difficult for you, pile 1. And there's a need to sort of heal from this energy here and find that balance again, find that rest and renewal. You also have the Six of Pentacles here. And that's, again, an energy of, of working hard, but also, reaping the rewards of your success. So I do feel like in this pile, many of you have been working hard and you have been successful. You've been reaping the rewards here, but maybe you're exhausted now. Maybe you're really tired, and Spirit is asking you to just slow down and take some time for yourself right now. So interesting. So I just want to get one last message here from this Plant Spirit deck. So Spirit, can I get a final message or guidance for pile 1, please? Final message or guidance, please. So you have time here, and it says willpower, voice, faith. Where are you being called to speak your truth with conviction? Interesting. Yeah, so I do feel like there is a need to maybe, let others in your life know that, you need this time out right now, to speak this truth with conviction, to have the willpower to let others in your life know, hey, I need a time out. I need time to myself. Or even if this is about just telling yourself that, that you need this time out, you need this rest. And I feel like it is going to be about willpower, and it is going to be about, using your voice to let others know that you need this time or space. So I love that. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile one. I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile two. So you guys chose the purple Lepidolite here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have honestly assess here. You also have radical self-acceptance. I'm just going to cover this. And it says, you are perceived the way you perceive yourself. You have number 4 with authentic truth. You have parrot wax cap with isolation. You also have peacock here with self-love. And it says, time to celebrate you and all of your magnificent light. And finally, you have sanctity here. And it says, through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. Interesting energy. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 2, that they really want you to take some time out right now to sort of honestly assess yourself and where you are right now in your life, where you are in your spiritual journey. Because I feel like there's a need to really spend some time alone right now. We do have the isolation card here. So I feel like there's a need to really go into that hermit energy right now and to honestly assess where you are right now. And I feel like this is more on a personal level here because, with this radical self-acceptance card being here, I feel like there's a need to really honestly assess how you feel about yourself, pile 2, and to really learn to love and accept yourself as you are, with all of your gifts and with all of your abilities and with all of your faults and, shortcomings and, just accepting yourself as you are, pile 2. And I feel like, it's really about coming to this authentic truth here, which is that you are this amazing, beautiful person, pile 2, exactly as you are. And I feel like there's a need to really find that self-love here because we do have the peacock here. So it's time to assess how beautiful and wonderful you are, pile 2, and to celebrate yourself, and realize how special you are, with the sanctity energy here. You are this beautiful divine being, with who carries divine light within you. And it's really about, taking that time out to honestly assess yourself and to learn to love yourself and accept yourself with this radical self-acceptance here. And to, come to that authentic truth that you do hold this beautiful light within you, pile 2. And so I feel like that's sort of the message coming through here. And I do also feel like, prayer could be helpful for you in this process of going within, because we do have this person sort of in this prayer position here. So I do feel like for some of you in this pile, you may want to spend some time in prayer or meditation. But I do feel like isolation is really important for you right now to sort of go into this hermit mode here and just come to this place of radical self-acceptance here and self-love. So I love that energy. So I just want to get some tarot now to clarify this. So you have the Four of Wands here. And that's a beautiful energy because it talks about happiness and stability and, being in a place of even, for some of you, marriage or family or partnership, so I do feel like there's this energy here of stability and calm. And I just feel like, Spirit wants you to be in this place of acceptance, and happiness here and stability. So that's really the goal here. You also have the Queen of Cups here. And yeah, the Queen of Cups is someone that does love herself and does accept herself completely, so I feel like that's the energy that Spirit really wants you to be in right now, is this energy of self-love, this energy of self-care, this energy of acceptance of yourself completely, pile 2. You also have the Ten of Cups here, which is another beautiful energy because it talks about happiness again, family, spending time with those we love, being in a solid, stable environment. So I do feel like, in this pile, many of you may have a family or be surrounded by family here. And I feel like, they are supporting you here and they are wanting you to come to this place of self-acceptance here and self-love. And, it's important to sort of, I feel like spend this time right now really getting to know yourself and really assessing how you feel about yourself, how you truly feel about yourself at a core level, pile 2, and coming to this authentic truth here that you are this beautiful, amazing being. So finally, you have the Nine of Wands here. And that can be, an energy of resilience and also an energy of protection, protecting ourselves. So I do feel like, you are this resilient being here, but you're also someone who, maybe you need to spend time in isolation right now to protect your energy. And like I said before, to go within into that hermit mode and really come to this authentic truth here and accept an acceptance of yourself, pile 2. So I love that. So I just want to get one last message here for you from this plant spirit deck. So Spirit, can I get a final message or guidance for pile 2, please? Final message or guidance, please. Boundaries, vital energy. Where are your boundaries asking to be respected or reinforced? Yeah, so I do feel like this is about, again, protecting your energy here, taking time to yourself to, assess yourself and assess your life and assess how you feel about yourself, pile 2, and whether you're honoring yourself, whether you're celebrating yourself here. Because I do feel like it's important to really celebrate yourself right now and maybe take this time of isolation to, come to this place of authentic truth here. So beautiful message. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile 3s. You guys chose this white and black crystal here. Let's take a look at your message of the day. So you have healing here. Beautiful. You also have she sleeps with the stars. You also have herb garden with medicinal. You have a tame here with boundaries. You have business venture, and it says trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. And finally, you have embrace what is. Beautiful energy. So I'm getting the message from Spirit here, pile 3, that you may be going through this healing process right now, or this may be something that you need to go through. So this could be healing physically, mentally, spiritually, really, in any sense here. But I do get the idea that for some of you, this healing may involve herbs in some way. So maybe you've been using herbs to heal yourself. This could be in the form of teas or, taking some type of herbs, using herbs. So there could be like a holistic healing that's going on here. This could also be, maybe you've been spending time resting and just, rejuvenating, because we do have this, she sleeps with the stars energy. So maybe you've been spending time resting. Maybe you've been better at setting boundaries, with people and, letting them know that you need to heal, you need to rest. And, this could also be, healing in terms of your mindset, because we do have this embrace what is energy here. So maybe you've been working on just letting things be and accepting things as they are, embracing what is, instead of worrying about the future or the past here. So however this energy resonates, I do feel like there's some sort of healing that's going on here right now. This could also be emotional healing, healing some sort of pain or difficulty that you've been through. But I do feel like for some of you as well, there's this energy of a new opportunity here, a new business idea or career. And I do feel like Spirit is asking you to trust whatever that opportunity is and to go for it here, because we do have the trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. So, for some of you, this could be about healing your mindset here in regards to this business venture. Maybe you need to just embrace it and go for it. And I do feel like there is that energy here for some of you as well. So beautiful energy we have here. So I'm just going to get some tarot now to clarify this. So you have the 6 of Swords here. And that can be about, moving from difficulty to calmer waters here. So, there is an energy of healing here with this card, because it's about moving to a calmer time, a more peaceful time, and to a better time. So I do feel like a lot of you in this pile are healing, whether that's physically, emotionally, spiritually, however it resonates here. You also have the Knight of Swords. And that can be when we need to take action. We need to sort of just dive in and move forward. And I feel like that's, for some of you about this business venture here. I feel like there's a need to really go for whatever this is, whatever this opportunity is, to really dive into it and just take action towards it, pile 3. You also have the King of Wands here. And that's an energy of, stepping into our power, being in that leadership energy. And for some of you, I feel like this is about, setting boundaries with people, letting them know maybe that you need to heal or that you need time to yourself. You need to rest. However it resonates, but really stepping into your power here and letting others know that you need time to yourself. And this can also be, in regards to this business venture. I do, the King of Wands is someone who is very successful and he goes after what he wants and he gets it. So I do feel like there's that energy here as well, about stepping into that leadership and that action energy. So finally, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. And that's this energy here of healing. The Queen of Pentacles is someone that, takes very good care of themselves. They take the time to heal. They take the time to rest. And, they're also very good at setting boundaries with others, letting others know when they need time to themselves, finding stability within their lives, finding peace. So I feel like there's that need here as well to sort of find that balance in your life, pile 3. So I love that. So I just want to get one last message here from this plant spirit deck for you guys. So Spirit, can I get a final message or guidance for pile 3, please? Final message or guidance, please. Okay, so you have the Hawthorn card here, and it says Ancestral Heart, Thresholds, Protection. What legacy lives in your blood, quietly shaping your path forward? Interesting. So yeah, there may be something here about, healing ancestral patterns maybe. But I also get this strong idea of like boundaries here, because we have thresholds and boundaries. So I feel like it's really about, setting strong boundaries with others and letting them know that you need time to yourself, pile 3. So that's all I have for you guys today, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading and I hope it was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.